Live now. We're on. We're live. Well, we thought we had technical issues then for a second, but we are live. It's Mad Red United. It is Friday night. Friday night, looking ahead to the weekend because Amazon are just getting us used to Thursday night football ahead of our Europa League games. Thank you, Amazon. That was last night's game. We're talking ahead, looking at Leeds. Ant is joining me tonight. Ant, you've not been on in a while. First of all, how is everything looking United-wise for you right now? How are you looking at it? So I've asked everyone recently, is it half full or half empty for you in terms of how we're playing and where we are in the league?
It's half full for me because the way we're playing at the moment, it's a lot better, but it's still that back line for me. Everyone keeps mentioning how we win our game in hand and we're 2 points away from Liverpool, but we're not going to contend for the title with that back line. It needed reinforcements, and we know we need another centre half, and that's the issue we've got is the back line for me. But apart from that, going forward, Pogba's come back into the frame after all this blah 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 situation, as he says it, and the team's looking really good. And obviously, touch wood with injuries and everything, and we've got pretty much a full fit squad apart from Cavani and this band now with whatever he gets. But I'm looking at it quite positive, but there's still a lot of hard games coming up over the Christmas period, and they build up, don't they? What is it, 16? Is it 16?
Yeah.
How many games in 16 days?
Yeah, I don't know. It's quite a few. I think I'm having sound issues at the moment. Everyone just let me know if the sound clears up in a second, otherwise I'll just rejig it and start again. I think it's Ant's disco lights. They're making everything distorted in the background with everything going on in his house.
Christmas
I think he's causing all sorts of technical problems. His national lampoon's going on there while he's doing everybody watch along. Anyway, yeah, I know what you mean. We have got a lot of games coming up. Into last night's game, anyone who didn't watch the watch along or obviously after the game last night, let me know what you thought of it. Was it a case of just get through it, got the win? It was a pretty easy game in the end, but for a mistake from us, last couple of minutes from a lucky goal for them, it was a pretty straightforward victory for United in the end. And looking like our forward line again was looking decent. I mean, it was good to see Martial, Rashford and Greenwood start a game. We've not seen that for a while. So you sound like you're big haul, mate. Right, okay. Sounds like the sound is completely gone to pot. I'm just going to rejig this now and just see what happens and then let you know. Bear with me 1 second. Alright, how is that? Is that any better? Someone let me know anyway in the comments. And how's it sound?
It's making that noise that it did before.
Oh, for God's sake, what is going on? I don't know what is happening tonight.
That's better.
All sorts of issues. How's that sound, everybody? Is that better?
I'm clear here.
Okay, right, hopefully. It's the same everywhere. I'm just going to double check. Same, thanks for that, Niall, mate. You're always full of good news, mate. Thank you. Still the same. What the hell is going on? I have no idea what is going on at all. And this... Better now. Is that better? Oh my God.
Hey.
There we go. Right. Right. Bit of an echo, but we'll have to just roll with it. Anyway, it has been a topsy-turvy season, no doubt. But this weekend's game is all about rivalry. It's all about Leeds back in the Premier League. The last time I watched United against Leeds was 16 years ago, and that was in the league, I'm talking, people. So, 16 years since Leeds came to Old Trafford. Oh, we actually played them. And can you even remember the game?
Did Solskjaer score? Nigel Martin in net.
I think it was 1-1, I think.
I think Solskjaer scored and Nigel Martin was actually in net.
Oh God, that tells you how long ago it was.
No, it wasn't. It was later than that because Ferdinand played against Leeds, didn't he?
2004 it was. Yeah. 2004. How crazy is that? 2004 when United played Leeds last. A lot has happened. And going into this game, Well, we're looking like, on paper, it's going to be a bit of a goal bonanza because none of these defences are any good.
No.
Both of the attacks are their strong point. So, 0-0 it all over it.
No. Oh, you are at Old Trafford.
Yeah, there you go. All right, mate. I'm actually on with on the United Family channel straight after this one. Then on to Saeed straight after that. Busy night, people. But yeah, I mean, looking at it, I think we got to look at this game and go. We know what Leeds have got going forward, and we know what we've got at the back. At the end of the day, it's a combination for disaster, but we do know what Leeds have got at the back and how many goals this team ship. And Bielsa plays one way. He doesn't seem to have been able to change his ways, or looks like he wants to change his ways. So for me, this looks like it can only play into our hands, this game. And maybe we break the boring football at Old Trafford duck this weekend. What you've seen it as, Ant, is it a case of let's just go swinging both clubs and see who comes out on top? Because I don't think Leeds are going to give us time on the ball at the back. We need to stop messing around with it like we did against Sheffield United, and possibly we've got a good game in our hands.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's going to be an all guns blazing game, a high scoring game. Well, I hope anyway. But yeah, I'm going with I fancy a 5-2 United. I really do. This week.
What was that?
5-2.
5-2.
Yeah.
Jesus, that's a bit of a far out one, isn't it?
I'm putting it out there. 5-2 or 5-2.
Yeah, I know you are. 5-2. That's a bit outrageous, but yeah, I'll take it. Why are you thinking 5-2?
I just think on the counter attack, we're absolutely lethal. And if Rashford can put away the chances, I know he scored 2 last night, but there's other chances he could have scored. And Martial, yeah. And is Cavani fit this weekend? Can he play? Or is he banned now?
No, he's got his appeal on the 4th of January, so he can play up to that. Yeah.
We've got options, Greenwood. You know what I mean, Bruno. I just can't see us not scoring more than 5 goals for some reason. I've just got it in my head, especially the way Leeds are. I watched them against Chelsea the other week. Their keeper on his own is a calamity waiting to happen. He's passing it to the strikers every 5 minutes he gets. It's like what Dean Henderson did, but like that's every week. And then he'll pull a whirly out. It's one of them. He'll give it to the striker, then he'll save it. It's mad.
That's it. It's exactly
like
how it goes. It's exactly how it goes. Like Kelly says there, Leeds have been known this season to make stupid mistakes in the penalty box. Yeah, well, looking at our game last night, Kelly, I think we're probably in that bracket, that bracket as well. But yeah, Robert's going exactly what you said there, and their keeper is absolutely awful.
Yeah.
4-3. 4-3, I'll take that now, mate. I'll take any win just to beat them. That's what it is. It's a game of 2 attacks, yeah. Who's got the worst defence? I think Leeds have got the worst defence. Shipping goals left, right and centre. But you got to look at Ollie now, the managers, everyone's bigging up Bielsa. I mean, honestly, I can see certain things and how he does things and why everyone rants and raves about him. But honestly, I still don't see what the massive deal is with Bielsa. I don't know. What has he done? I know he's got a style of football, and a lot of the so-called big managers look up to him as the be-all and end-all. But really, this season he's struggling with the Premier League, I think, and that Leeds team. Tactically, I think we all know exactly what he's going to do. So if we know, then all he's got to know, and he must have a game plan for this one. Because the fact that Scott McTominay and Fred didn't play, does that tell you what's going to happen this Sunday, Ant?
Yeah, it does. Like I said, I'm all for Fred playing. I'd like to actually see Fred, Pogba and Bruno play like it did in Seville. We had Seville in the Europa League last season, and I'd like to see that midfield free. But it's not going to happen. He's going to have the 2 older midfielders. And a game like this at Old Trafford against Leeds, a newly promoted team, why play 2 older midfielders? You need to have the one, and I think it should be Fred, Bruno and Pogba.
Fred, Bruno, Pogba.
And then the 3 up top, as it was, Greenwood, Martial and Rashford, and Cavani is an option off the bench because obviously he's just coming back from an injury. And I think Shaw should play. I think he'll play Shaw because he rested him, didn't he?
Yeah, you just know when he's going to have someone playing in a certain game, especially when he's resting the players that he did rest last night anyway. So it's written all over it and how he's going to play it. We can see the 4-2 1-3 formation coming right in there. It all depends on who he plays in that double pivot, though. Like you said, if it's Fred and McTominay, then that usually would mean that Pogba would miss out, because I think he will play the same three again. Up top.
He's in form.
Up top. Thing is, this is what he does, doesn't he? He likes Fred, he likes Scott, and he likes them more than Pogba, I think. Even though Pogba is playing alright at the moment, I think if he is overly worried about what Leeds can do to us, then I think he's going at it the wrong way. It really is. And again, we're talking, it's like Giorgio says there, with us losing Donny again, when is he ever going to come in? I still remember conversations early on in the season with people, and they said it's resting and don't go too overreactive. You know what I mean? We've got a long season ahead. Well, we're out the Champions League now. We're already halfway through December. It's a long way to go, but I'm thinking, when is this guy going to start a game? Does he ever fit in?
No, it's mad, isn't it? It's with Van der Beek, it's like he's just been bought for the sake of it. Let's appease the fans and let's get somebody in. I don't think it's an early signing at all. I just think that the amount of pressure it was when Chelsea were buying players left, right and centre, I think it was just Van der Sar pretty much knocks on the door and said this is available. He did all the work. Woodburn didn't have to do anything with this deal, so an easy deal to do, like everyone said, but he needs a chance. He'll probably play next week against Everton in the Carabao Cup. I think that's what he'll do with him, but he needs more game time. Like you said, he needs a consistent run of games to feel his way into the squad. He needs to be played, so he can't be ignored, but he's not even getting that chance.
This is it. We're chopping and changing all the time. It's like Henderson. I'd want to see Henderson get a run of games in now, but I know that De Gea's going to come back in this weekend, and then we're all going to be saying, well, he didn't do well in his first game, but he needs a run of games. It's exactly like you said against for Van der Beek. Van der Beek needs a run of games to actually prove that he can do a job. Everyone else seems to get a fair run of games except Van der Beek at the moment, and I don't understand it. It's sad to see. Well, we've got 5 wins and 1 draw in the last 6 games in the Premier League. What can anyone say against it? That's it.
Working.
On paper, we're actually getting the results at the moment, and it is scary to think, because I think I said it in the last game actually, that the last goal we scored from open play was Van der Beek at home, and that was on the first game of the season. But if we win our game in hand, we're second in the league. I just can't figure this season out at all. It's absolutely mental. But
strange, very strange.
Don't forget, guys, give the video a like and share the video. Let's get as many people in as possible and try and get as much input. Let me know what you guys are thinking for this weekend. What are your major concerns? I want to know what your concerns are. We'll bring them up. Remember there, Robert Anderson. We don't have a lot of chances to rotate players without huge consequences of not getting results. So basically, in a nutshell, Robert, mate, it is Ollie's only going to play his tried and trusted because he knows that they will get in the result, as proven in the last few weeks. I think that's probably where you're getting at there. We know he's never going to rest Bruno now. I don't think he'd dare rest Bruno again. And obviously with Bruno in, Rashford's a mainstay. I'd say Martial would always normally play if he's fit. So that leaves that right hand side where Greenwood now, if he can get a bit of consistency back again, it's very similar to that team that finished the end of last season, and the team that got us third, team that ultimately failed in the Europa League, but still it did get us third. So
nothing's changed.
That's it, innit? I mean,
mad.
Without everything that's gone on this summer. Robert again there says, so who does Donny replace? This is the big question, isn't it?
Greenwood,
who does he replace? I'm in the thinking that Ollie only thinks that Donny can come in for Bruno. Thinks he can only play that one position. I do think that he could play in part of the front three, dropping off. I do feel he could play as one of the pivots. I do think he can play there. He has played there before. Very similar position to what he played out wide when we played Southampton, when he was our best player as well, apart from Cavani and what he did when he came on. So I think that's where he comes in. I do. And ultimately, if Pogba does go, probably in the summer, then I think Donny van der Beek gets more game time. But Donny must be thinking, wow, when am I going to get a game, and how is it affecting his game? That's the problem we're looking at now.
Yep.
Let's just get through a few more of your comments. Yes, Alien, definitely smash that like button, people. Let me know where you're watching from as well, guys. Rashford breakaway goal will be crucial. They play a high line. They do. I mean, looking at that, and with that high line and how, well, you would say arrogant and ignorant Bielsa is in the way he plays his football, we have to be taking advantage of that. And I think Rashford, Martial, Greenwood is probably the best lineup we could probably go for.
Yeah, definitely. And Rashford would be instrumental in that on Sunday, because he did it again last night against Sheffield. Did you see him when he made Jagielka?
Oh yeah, I know. I was laughing.
He ran through 4 players, and that, you just can't stop that.
That was the best bit of the game for me.
He's got that in him. But he's, to be honest, he's been winding me up last couple of weeks. So in the Leipzig game, in the City game, walking around with his hands on.
It's hot and cold, isn't it? It's hot and cold. When he's on, when he wants to play, he's unplayable.
Like that, like he did last night. It's just that touch from Lindelof's ball was unreal, and then that goal. It's just, he's got it, and then you can't ignore him. Him and Bruno are pretty much the best players in United's team at the moment. And against Leeds on Sunday, it's got to play that. He's going to be going for it, because they play that really, really high line. Leeds, Rashford's going to be gone. That's what he's going to be gone.
He should be filling his boots ideally in this game. That's what he should be doing.
Yeah.
Watching from Maguire Planet, we don't know football here either. Always relying on it. There's one for Donny there. LW21. Ajax, Van der Beek played alongside Sean and De Jong. Neither were great defensively, but they played in a system they all understood. Very good point. Yeah. It is the rigidness of our team selection and system that probably doesn't suit Van der Beek, because, like Robert said earlier on there, the only players that can play it are the ones that Ollie knows he can trust in it and are used to it, because no one else gets a chance in the team or run a games to get used to it. He always seems to revert back to his fail-safes, his main players, the ones that he always puts in when he needs a result. And, I've got to say, look, the results are there, mate, but there has to be a little bit of variety in it sometimes. And seriously, the issue that we've got with going behind first and being so sloppy early on. I said it yesterday, I don't know what you guys think, let me know in the comments, but for the first 10 minutes of the game, why not just play the ball long instead of passing it around at the back?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Play the percentage ball, pick up the seconds, get it out of that danger zone, because the only time we can see is when we give someone a chance. Leeds played very similar, but we've done it every single time. The only reason that Sheffield United were in that game yesterday, was because of that defence. And that is, I think, the only concern, because I think that is predicting how we play and the system we play, because that defence is not good enough.
A lot of people are asking for Axel and Lindelof to play together, give them a run of the team, but he's never going to drop Maguire. To us, last night Maguire hardly won any balls in the air. That's what we bought him for. A defensive. He's supposed to be bossing it in the air. That is it Goldrich was winning everything off him. And we know
McGoldrick.
McGoldrick. And we know Lindelof's weak in the air. We need the centre half to go to partner. See, who's your other centre half to partner, Lindelof or Maguire? Who's it going to be?
I personally, I have big props for Lindelof and that ball he played last night to Rashford, but I just don't like him anymore. I think he does a lot of flapping and a lot of shouting at people when he's mainly the one who's at fault. He does my head in the way he does it. But Robert's agreeing there, go long for the first 10 minutes, take any mistakes out of the game, ease yourself into the game, then start to play. You don't have to go for it straight away, because that's when we get caught cold every single time. I'm with it. I'm all for Maguire being dropped. I think he may learn from it. But let me know, guys, who you would play. Who is your ideal centre-back partnership, guys? Let me know in the comments who you think should be United's centre-back partnership this weekend. Do you go with what we've got?
He's going to go.
Do you bring in an Axel? Do you bring in Bailly, who's actually fit and can play? So it's interesting.
Totally forgot about Eric Bailly.
Why are you putting Bielsa in the same thumbnail as Bielsa? Maybe change Bielsa for another manager's name in that comment, mate. I think that's what you mean. Why are you putting Bielsa in the same thumbnail as Bielsa? Pretty certain there's only one Bielsa in the thumbnail, mate. So if you mean Ollie, maybe just come back with that comment and we'll address it. That's it. Maguire and Axel. There's one for Ant. Rojo and Jones. Well, we got Maguire and Lindelof. Stick with it, Robert. This is it. I think there's a player in Maguire. There is definitely a player in Maguire.
Don't doubt that.
This is because he's a Leeds fan, I think. This is why. Phil Jones and Lindelof, please. Play against us. Tunesabay and Bay our best centre-backs. That's coming from a Leeds fan. Interesting. I don't think we're ever going to see that partnership.
No.
I don't think Ollie's going to take a risk on it right now. I don't think he will. I don't think he's got the balls to do it. And to be honest, I don't think it's probably fair on the two of them because they've not played together before. They haven't really played any games at all. So is it fair on them just to throw them straight in? I don't think so. But the way that this season's panned out and the way that everything's been squeezed together, I just don't think they've had the chance to be honest.
The season's weird because there's no... do you know what the highest clean sheets is of this season?
Not a lot.
Six. And I think Aston Villa are one of them.
Yeah.
It's mad because the way that the season's going, teams dropping points left, right and centre. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's it exactly. Here's one from Fahad. He says, this season the best we've looked at the back were against PSG and Brighton in the Cup. Maguire didn't play in those two games. That's saying a lot, innit? That's it. Spar 987 says, Leeds style play is perfect for our counter-attack style of play. Agree totally. I think that's where that game is going to be won. Bamford's in again with, if Ollie was smart, he would play 5 at the back against us as we struggle against 5 at the back.
He's got a lot to say in that Bamford and his vision, his violin, hasn't he?
That's it. He's confident Leeds fan. Fresh off a 5-2 victory against Newcastle. Coming back, first game against United. I think all Leeds fans are just like us at the moment, just annoyed that we can't actually watch this game because this is one game that would have been absolutely banging. This time of year, Leeds' first time back at Old Trafford in the league. Oh, the atmosphere, surprisingly, at Old Trafford even, would have been absolutely rocking.
Yeah.
Robert says, Shaw and Lindelof, no zonal marking. Shaw and Lindelof.
Zonal marking's another issue. You can't do it.
Oh, who come up with that on the training ground? I do not know. I really do not know. But going on, I want to get your thoughts on forward line. Obviously looked good last night, and part of that, Ant, was Tony Martial. He has been well off the boil this season in terms of goal scoring, and he obviously, as a number 9, if he wants to be a number 9, has to add goals to his game. What's your reckoning for Martial so far this season? He got his goal in open play last night finally. Is that it now? Is that him off and running? Do you feel confident that he can rediscover his form towards the back end of last season?
I hope so. He's got the abilities to be a top striker, but it's just the consistency levels. And like I said about him, another striker, a proper number 9 coming in, he never handles it. He cannot handle the pressure and fight of being another number 9 ahead of him.
Yeah.
Cavani, you've got a world-class striker as Cavani next year. Same with Zlatan, same with Lukaku. He doesn't like the fight. He does not like the fight. But now that Cavani's got injured and he scored a goal from open play, I'm confident he's going to kick on now and get a few more goals, like I said, because he had a bad start of the season. He got a red card. He got 3 game banned in, and that must have knocked him west of that anyway. So, but the thing is with Martial, his ability is out of this world. And when he's running at you and he's on that left foot and the ball sticks to him, it's when he wants to, though. That's the problem. And I love Martial, but it's so inconsistent with him. He needs to kick on now. He's got his chance. He's got his goal from open play, like he said. Kick on and show us like you did last season, towards the end of last season, where you were the main man and leading goal scorer for Manchester United. Show us that again. None of this, I would say miserable face, but he never smiles anyway, but he needs to carry on.
He needs to bring some more of the Dizzy Rascals smile out, doesn't he?
Yeah, we need some of that.
That's what it does mean.
Christmas cheer.
Where Martial's happy, Martial is playing. That's it. A2Z says, is Martial a number 9? Should he play on the wings? I mean, that as well comes down to Ole. If Ole's convincing him he's a number 9, but then brings him back to the left because Cavani comes in, where is Martial's head at? That's what you've got to ask. Where is his head at? So you just don't know where his best position is at the moment. I think he needs to try and nail down the number 9. I really do. Because I don't think he's defensively as good as the likes of Rashford. And when we do need someone to chase back, I think Rashford's quicker on sprint. I think Rashford's more direct on the wing. Martial is good in that final third, but I think Rashford can do it from deeper. I just feel like Martial is more suited to a number 9.
Yeah.
And he needs to learn that trade. He needs to get better at it and get some goals and get a bit more of a contribution. Maybe that will come back now. Hopefully it will. Because he did prove last season with the amount of goals he got that he can do it.
He can do it.
So, you know what I mean? He's got to be, and it's like Giorgio says there, he's not a natural striker. Leading goal scorer last season, I mean, I do think he's got the capability of doing it, but it is all about Martial and his attitude. That is the problem with Martial.
He's got a point.
Does he want to? Does he want to?
This is my point exactly with Martial. Like that.
Anthony Wisdom's saying there, it's like Martial, he's no number 9. Leave that to Cavani and play him off the left. Exactly. Again, I don't think the fans are going to give him a chance. Now they've seen, and now we've seen what Cavani's done, I don't think the fans are going to give Martial a chance as long as Cavani's fit.
Prime example, them 2 headers against Southampton.
Yeah.
Would Rashford, Greenwood or Martial score them headers? No.
I think Greenwood maybe in time. I think he's a more instinctual striker for me out of them 3.
He's the best finisher out of them. He is. That goal against West Ham just proves it. It's very Van Persie-esque. But it's one of them again. If you put Cavani in the middle, you can't ignore Rashford because Rashford does play better off the left. And then you've got the right again. It's the same situation. Greenwood's getting a run of games now. He's coming back into form, and Cavani comes straight back in. I don't think he will. I think he'll bring him on off the bench, me personally. But Martial again, like someone mentioned before about him not being a true finisher and that natural goal scorer. It's true. He's not a natural goal scorer like Kane is, because he wouldn't have missed that chance against PSG if he was a natural goal scorer. If that was Harry Kane, it was in the back of the net. Game. Do you know what I mean? He's not got that in him. He's more of the players where he likes to bring it onto his right foot, take 2 or 3 players on, and finesse it into the net. Bit like Thierry Henry used to do, because he never used to score like his head either, did he?
No, not as hardly ever.
You need like an Alan Shearer and Harry Kane, very similar, and that's what Cavani is. A natural goal scorer. He scores scrappy goals. And Martial's not that player. As much as Ole wants him to be, he's not that player.
No, that is true point. I mean, it's like Red Lucifer says there though, but can Cavani play week in, week out?
No.
I mean, he's fit enough, and he will say he's fit enough, but I just think that the Premier League may be that league that is a bit too quick for someone like him to play week in, week out. I mean, we've seen it now with a lot of the older strikers now that are not being able to handle it. It is one of them leagues where you either sink or swim. At the moment, in the odd game, he's looking like he's completely a swimmer, but let's be honest, 33, going on 34, week in, week out, with the amount of fixtures that we get in England, maybe not. So Martial does have to. He does have to, but Spar there says Martial is 25, so we can't keep having these types of seasons anymore. No, totally agree with that. He needs to now. He needs to move on from this now. He needs to be bouncing in performance week in, week out now for me, and that's the only way he's going to. He's going to adhere to them fans, them United fans, and we know he has got a few that are very critical of him. But the only way he does it is by performing week in, week out. And are they going to give him time? They've seen Cavani come in and hit the ground running and show him what a proper centre forward does and how a proper centre forward performs.
It's his movement as well in Cavani. You watch him in the box to get in front of the players, to take gambles. Martial's not that player. He won't do that. That's what I mean. That's why the inconsistency levels, and he's not a kid anymore. Like you said, like someone posted then, he's 25. This should be it now. This should be you in your prime, ready to play. Look at the levels between him and Rashford. It says it all.
Well, this is it, isn't it? I mean, you look at it going forward. Rashford looks like he's stepped up again, another gear. Yeah. Martial just a little bit behind. Well, I know Martial could have a great end of the season. He really could, and hopefully that kick-started him yesterday. Then you've got to look at going forward. We are fine. I do think we have got it right when he picks the right combination. It seems to me like Bruno is the linchpin. He's literally everything that is the link from the back to the front. Without him, we just don't seem to be able to play ball. Simple as. I mean, some of Bruno's best performances this season have been off the bench. But you can't drop him to the bench. No. It's crazy. Yeah. He's just that influential. But he probably wasn't our best player last night. I mean, I give our man of the match to Rashford last night.
Yeah.
I thought Rashford was the one who definitely had the bit between his teeth and was just sharp. Yeah, decision making again at times suspect, but ultimately was bang on the money. And every time he went forward, he looked like he was a threat. Even when he lost it, he still tried to get it back. And then he went again, and he was never afraid to keep trying going forward. So, people, I mean, what do you think score prediction wise? We all know what Ant thought, 5-2. I mean, geez, that's a game and a half. We'll take that all day long. A bit of a boost to the goal difference as well. But let me know what you think, people, and let me know what scores you think, just as I bring up a few comments. Rasham, do you really think that Rashford is better than Martial? He only played well in the last 3 games. Well, no. I do feel like Rashford has been playing better all season than what Martial has. Mm-hmm. And let's not forget, we're over a third of the way through the season now. Rashford's got 11 goals this season. So you can say you've not been happy with certain performances, but let's be honest, he has won us some big games and has come out standing in some big games. So at the moment, for me, I'd take Rashford all day long. I just feel like he is just bubbling into form as well. Hopefully Martial can follow suit, because I do feel on the day they both play better when they are playing together. And that's my ultimate thought on Rashford and Martial. When they play together, they are a different ball game, I think. I think their chemistry is better than anything else in the forward line that we've got. So I'm going with Rashford and Martial because I think they complement each other. It's not one or the other, it's both for me. And we have to find a way of making that work because they are the future of this football club. If you have to bring in someone like Mbappe, Jesus. If you have to bring someone like Cavani in, then we can find a way around it. That's it. Robert Lapsey says 4-3. 4-3, but the problem is, who gets the fourth? You know what, mate? You can just totally see it being one of them games, can't you? One of them ding-dong end-to-end games where it's just like, strap yourself in. Because this is going to be absolutely craziness. If Leeds score first, I think you mean us there. 3-1 said Red Lucifer, or 3-2 United. Yeah, I know what you mean by that as well. 3-1 United and a red card. That's a good bet to put on that, Alien, mate. 3-1 and a red. I wonder what odds you'd get on that. That's what it is. Hopefully, Robert says, hopefully we can still keep Martial low. He is quality. Just need to find how he works best to get the most goals out of our attack. I know, mate, but then that brings up the whole issue of how long does he want for us to figure out what's best for him? You know what I mean? He's been here for years now.
He brings up so many issues, doesn't he, with people, and so many people have this level of...
It is a complete split fan base on Martial. He's just one of them that divides opinions so much. Bill, welcome to the show, mate. We played the bottom team in the league who've got 1 point and scored 2 against us. Well, we scored 2 against us, mate, because we were at fault for both of them goals. Yeah. I don't think they were creating anything apart from what we give them, mate, but we did win, and that's all that mattered in the end, because now we're talking about getting another win against Leeds. Leeds will come at us for 90 minutes, 2-2. Desmond for Bill. You sticking with 5-2 then, Ant?
Yep, I am. I'm sticking with 5-2 because we'll not counter-attack. And Bielsa, like you said, is stubborn. He will not change his style of football. He'll go all gun-ho and it'll fall straight into United's hands. And it's up to us to put the ball in the back of the net. Simple as, that's it. If he comes, I'll be shocked I'm very surprised if Bielsa comes with a different style of play and a part of the bus tactics, because he's not that type of coach. His way, one way, attacking football, and they are a good team to watch. Leeds at the moment.
Oh yeah, nothing
I watched
dull.
them play Chelsea the other week. They scored first against Chelsea, and then even when Chelsea went ahead, they still came back at them. Didn't care if they lost under the goal, 3 or 4 goals. They just kept on coming.
That's it,
That's
innit?
the way they play. So
That's all it
it's a very
is.
open game.
Exactly. Aidan, is the Leeds rivalry bigger than Liverpool? 100% yes. 100% yes. I was brought up on Leeds being United's biggest rival, so for me, yeah. The fact that they've not been in the Premier League for 16 years kind of quashed it a bit, but the older guard United fan always see Leeds as one of their biggest matches, and it's more of a hatred, sort of bitterness rivalry in this one. Bielsa way or the highway? That's it, yeah. Leeds is pretty savage, yeah. Definitely is from my experience anyway. But to finish up, before we finish the video up, I mean, coming into January, 2 weeks away from the transfer window, believe it or not. Me personally, I can't see United doing any business at all. But is there anyone out there that you think is possibly available that can improve this team right now? And to everyone else in the comments section as well, let me know what you think. Is there anyone you would bring in January that can help this United team make that next step? Because we're not a million miles away.
No.
It may say we've not been great, but we are only 2 points off if we win our game in hand from the top of the table.
Exactly.
So, is there anyone, Ant?
It's a prime example. Look at last season. Southampton, we drew. What game was it? West Ham, we lost. Sheffield United, we drew. We've won them 3 games. It's a different team, United, this season. And you say what you say about the season being different and strange, but you still got to play them games, and you still got to win.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I mean. And in terms of players, I just think a centre half. If we're going to do anything, it has to be a centre half. And I think the kid from Villarreal, Torres.
Mm-hmm. That's who you're going with.
And then get rid of Lingard, Jones, Rojo.
Yeah, we can't get rid of them now. They've timed their injuries perfectly again, haven't they?
Well,
both of them injured again for the transfer window. Pretty much like the summer, and exactly the same in January. They are taking the mick out of this football club big time. It is scary what these guys are doing. Absolutely scary. But you know what? They're going to keep doing it. Cooley's got a few on his list. Barnes, Traore, Rice, White would all improve United in January.
White.
I do like Ben White from Brighton.
Yeah.
I think he is a quality centre back, and definitely one I think United should be keeping an eye on. Brilliant for Leeds last year. He started off well against for Brighton, so I do agree with that list there. Traore, he's not had a great start. Do you mean Adama Traore?
Yeah.
I don't think he's had. I don't think he's had a great start to the season, to be honest. He's not doing what he usually does. It is. I don't know what it is with him. He's just one of them. He looks like he's unstoppable.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden, no one's in for him, and I don't understand it. I really don't. Why do you think Ollie hasn't rested Lindelof or Maguire? And I'm going to get you to answer that one.
Simple as, he doesn't trust the rest of the centre halves, even though these two are just bad as each other. Simple.
I mean, here's a question for you now, guys. Out of everything you've seen, and I know you've seen Lindelof and Maguire more, would Eric Bailly and Axel Tuanzebe do any worse than what these two are doing at the moment? Just answer me that question, and just answer that honestly. Would you say that they would do any worse? Because we're shipping goals in every game. Clean sheets are pretty much at you're scraping the barrel to find a clean sheet for United. Unless we play a full defensive team and the setup is full on defensive mode, we don't keep a clean sheet. But then that is detriment to our attacking play, obviously. No, they bloody wouldn't. No, I don't think they would do any worse, would they?
Gotta go with what you got.
Yeah, Axel needs a run of games. Billy's saying maybe Traore's head got turned with transfer talk to Liverpool, possibly. And then his mate went instead. Oh God, that was a good signing for them. But What you saying, Kelly? I don't think Phil Jones could have been much worse. No, totally agree.
Well, he could have.
I don't know. He's been atrocious, hasn't he? Scored more own goals than he has real goals. And I mean, he is just the meme king, isn't he? Phil Jones is a meme maker. That's what he is. He's a meme maker, and that's all he's been good for. It is.
How many clean sheets have we got this season? Is it?
All right, City. We had City, West Brom, and Chelsea. I think that's it.
3.
We've not had a clean sheet away from home because obviously we concede every time we go away from home.
Yeah. 3.
I'll say one thing though. Maximum points, 100% record away from home, averaging over 3 goals a game away from home. I don't think anyone.
Can't be ignored.
That's championship winning tackle. That really is. If our own form was half as good as what it has been, half, and that's still not great, we'd have been laughing all the way completely clear at the top right now. It's mental. Absolutely crazy.
Even if it would have been a 0 against Arsenal, it was a penalty at the end of the day, wasn't it? Nothing else.
That's it. Jones has got 2 left feet. His injured 11 months out of the year. 100 grand a week is sickening. I still remember the day going absolutely mental when Ollie gave him that contract about 18 months ago. I'm like, oh, what is the point of keeping a centre back who isn't going to play? Even when he's fit, he doesn't get near the squad.
And then we sold Smalling.
I know. He was better. He was better.
He could have done a job now.
I don't even know he's Smalling injured at the moment because you just don't hear about him now. He's not on loan anymore. Now he's permanent deal. No one's talking about him.
No. Darlow's tearing it up, isn't he, as well, apparently, at AC Milan.
Yeah, everyone's picking out best bits. That's probably Ricky, that picking out certain clips of videos and putting it on Twitter, making him look good. I mean, anyone can look good on clips. The whole game. It's the whole game. Any thoughts on Vestergaard at Southampton? He's looking good, isn't he? I didn't realise how good a passer he was until I watched him against us. And then I watched him again the other night against Southampton. And again, he was actually pretty decent. His passing is really good. As well as being land of the Giants, which is good. Brilliant in the air. He's good on the ball, which is a rarity for a centre-back. Something United could do with.
No, I'm not keen on him.
No, not for you. Take not Ben White, though. Is Ben White gettable? Is Ben White gettable?
No, Leeds couldn't get him back.
That's it, is it? Like Serge says there, Smalling and Evans are both better than Maguire. Wow, that's condemning, isn't it, right there?
No, I don't think Evans is.
And Evans has gone on. Evans has gone on to be a good player at Leicester, though. You can't argue with that. Gone on to be a good player.
Maguire's not that bad as a player in him, like you said. His head's a bit all over the show at the moment with everything that's happened. I think you just got to give him that little bit of slack. Like his best 2 games this season were, I thought he was good against West Ham away and Everton away. But apart from that was it.
Yeah, I mean, he was alright against City.
Yeah,
that was it.
Good. Yeah, I forgot about that one as well.
But, I mean, then again, we did set up, like I said, to stifle them, and then City just did exactly the same, and it turned out to be the worst derby I've ever watched.
City don't do much in the air either, so he's going to boss it, innit?
Yeah, that's it. Bill agreeing there on Ben White. Ben White decent and can pass the ball well under pressure, yeah.
It's quick as well. That's
it. Smalling can't play football. He's not done too bad out of it, has he? I don't know. It's crazy. It is crazy. But guys, Leeds this weekend. And before we go, I've got to ask Ant. I mean, I've talked about it. I've spoke with Saeed about it. I spoke with a few other people about it. Are United title contenders?
No.
No.
Not with that back line. We're not. No, I'd be happy if, like I said, if we give it a go. But I can see us finishing in the top 4, but not title contenders yet. I think we're about 2 players away. That's a new CDM and a centre half, and I think we'll be up there. It's not as bad as you make out. Like I said, I might be surprised and we might go on a run, but with that back line, you're just going to get exposed quite a lot.
Yeah.
Not yet. We're not ready yet. I think next year, if we invest, I think we'll be up there.
I don't know. We can't get any worse, can we? And yet we're right near the top. I think we're as good a chance as anyone in the league winning at this time. I think this squad can win it. I really do. I don't think the defence can play any worse. They can only get better, and if they do, then it all depends really. If I think Scholes nailed it last night. If they can keep the majority of these players fit, then they'll be there and thereabouts. And you know what? I think we all said there and thereabouts was acceptable for this season because it would be an improvement on last season. I would like the trophy, but if we're within single figure points of the Liverpools and Cities, I said that at the start of the season, and I said you've got to say that is an improvement on last season. Then maybe like you said, Ant, season after, possibly. But
3 points above City. Who would have thought that at the start of the season?
Oh yeah, over a third of the way through.
Yeah.
This is the thing. This is it, isn't it? I mean, how long people say take the league seriously at a certain point. Oh guys, it's Christmas next week. So when do you take the table seriously? Because, you know, we're not a million miles away, are we? And with an away record like that, I mean, you can't ignore it. You cannot ignore it. But the defence always comes up whenever that question is asked. Yeah. And if we get an injury to Bruno or Rashford, I think would probably curtail us completely. Exactly. Especially if Bruno gets injured. But, you know, you can't think of injuries. Everyone gets an injury. Like you said, Son or Kane get injured, then
Spurs are done.
Spurs are finished, aren't they, as well?
Because Mourinho's not got anybody else. Bale, I don't remember the last time I've seen Bale kick a ball.
Yeah, it's like that. So, Mane and Salah go for Liverpool, they're done.
Jota's out for 8 weeks. You know what I mean? There's no options.
This is it. End of February, we take it seriously. March, they're all coming in. They're all extending it now. Yeah. Anyway, we'll see. If we're in this position, are you all going to go for it and say that United are contenders? If we're within single figures in February, are we contenders? Yeah. Then you have to say yes. Yeah. That's it. But for now, that is it, people. I am going over to work on a couple of other channels now. If you do want to join me on them, do catch up. Speaking to some fresh faces. And you know what? You never know. It starts with Leeds this weekend again. We've won 5 of the last 6 in the league and only drew against City. It is table leading form. We beat Leeds. We get this home form back on track. You can't say no. We're definitely in the mixer right now, so we've got to be happy with it, definitely. Yeah. And cheers for coming on. Look forward to weekends and a stress-free Sunday. That won't happen.
5-2.
Not with how this game is going to go, especially if it's a 5-2. Oh my God. Guys, thank you for tuning in and staying with us again for this live stream. Do give the video a like, share the video, hit that subscribe button if you're watching for the first time. It's going to be a busy period coming up, very, very busy. And we've got a special guest coming on Sunday after the Leeds United game. Do stay tuned for that. It is someone you will know, you all know, and he's coming on the show on Sunday. Stay tuned for that. He's on the podcast straight after the game. It's going to be a fun day Sunday, believe me, guys. I will see you then. Take care. Bye-bye for now.